So I'm going to present to you the flight operation system, which is an application we have made for helicopters companies in Norway. So it's a web-based system giving overview of resource allocations to help optimizing production in helicopter companies. It has focus on safe operations, flight planning, pilot training, and customer invoicing. There is an app made for iPad and iPhone, which has an electronic flight bag and flight tracking system. I'm going to get back to that later on. The first version of this app was released back in 2006. It was developed for a local helicopter company, and it soon got talked about by pilots around, and at this point we are mostly all the Norwegian helicopter companies use this, with a few exceptions. The front end is based on HTML5, JavaScript, including jQuery and third-party plugins, a Bootstrap framework. On top of the Bootstrap is also the core UI framework, which is based on the Bootstrap. And of course, in the backend is the HCL Domino. And it's unlike Michael's, it's not X pages, it's all forms, views, agents based on Java, but mostly Lotus script. And also about 718 bytes of Perl, which is for JSON web token signing. It has integrations to short message systems, factoring systems, accounting systems, and helicopter maintenance systems, and also some other statistics. So far this year, there has been 28,000 helicopter flights scheduled in this system, where 20,000 of those are in Norwegian companies and also 8,000 in Switzerland. And there has been more than 7,500 aircraft technical flight records saved to this date in 2021. So why Domino? I started back in last century, so I have known Domino from 1996, I think, and I saw that it's very stable and has always been. It's very scalable, secure, and of course the license price has been reasonable. So covering the process, we usually have a customer giving in a request, and the system is catching up if there is existing customers, if they have specific prices for the mission, and then they make a flight plan for path, and we use at this time Google Map for planning and putting in waypoints. This is giving them the distance they're going to fly so they can plan for the fuel. Also, there is a flight and duty data, so the pilots can see that they are within limits for the maximum flight time and duty time, which is allowed. And also when they are creating missions, there is a possibility to give in required qualifications, type certificates, and special operations that the pilot need. And in that case, the person doing the mission booking can see which pilots have the correct qualifications, and also if they are valid. As you can see here, the red ones are indicating that the certificates are expired. And also you have on the iPad PAX manifest and also safe job analysis, which they usually perform at the landing zone. This is type checklist going through with the customer, and they both signed that the safe job analysis have been performed. In the iPad app, there is flight following, which means that they can start and put in estimated time of arrival. This will start a counter on the server, and if they don't check in before the ETA, there will be sent SMS to the people watching them. So when they're flying these helicopters and using the iPad, as you can see on the map here, they are being tracked, and they will have all the data. When they've done all the flying, they save technical and invoice data from the iPad, which is called the daily flight record. When they do that, all the flight and duty for the pilot is recorded. Also, the technical data for the aircraft, the helicopter, with the counters for starts and landings and so on. And also the invoice data is saved according to how much flight time has been done to the different customers for that day. On this picture, you can see a pilot from Heli-Resia in Switzerland, and you can see the iPad on his left-hand side, and this on the right-hand side, you can see the card for the leg he's flying, which is where they put in the data on the times and where they fly from and where they fly to and such on. Okay, I'm going to show you a little demo. So this is the page. This is just a demo database with some test data. These are this is a dashboard. So the customers have data telling the revenue, and they can, as Michael showed, they can turn on and off different graphs if they like. And on the first page, the information page, there is also a summarization of the missions the pilot are connected to. And here is the contact for the flight, and they have possibility to send SMS message to the customer if they like. And all management of change, risk assessments is also here. So if I'm doing a risk assessment for flying, they will have the data here. And occurrence cases, the system is also accepting occurrence input if there are any occurrences happening. And also, as I had in the PowerPoint, there is aircraft services data. Usually they are from maintenance systems, which are in the technical department of the helicopter company. On this page, this is I have blurred out the customer names here. This is for the flight schedule for today. I have asked the customer if it's okay to show this, and it was. So this is the timeline for the different missions that are going to fly today. And as the time goes, you can see there is a red line showing where we are now at the time. And inside there, they can go in and open the mission. And then if they need to, they can move to different time if that's necessary. This is the flight map, which is in real time. Actually, no, I had 2 helicopters flying here, so but you can see one of them landed at 13:23, and the other one 14:18 landed. So there's nothing happening here right now. But you can see this is the data for when this helicopter flown there. It was 60 minutes past 12. The altitude was 122 feet, and the speed was 89 knots, and the heading was 135 degrees. So they have all these data. And also, as I mentioned, the flight and duty is on just a view with it's on the pilot name, and if they get close to the limits which are acceptable, they have a week maximum 72 hours, 5 days 60 hours, and so on. And there is color coding showing that they need to maybe do less flying. Okay, so this is the iPad emulator. So this is for the heliresia. So if I choose one of the helicopters, this is what the pilots will see when they start in the morning. They put in when to check in the flight and duty, the log number, and choose the base where they're flying from. They will get the maintenance inspection checks, which are next upcoming services to the helicopter. So, and there is a deferred defect list, which is technical remarks to the helicopter. And this is the first leg they are going to fly. This is the customer name. They have the possibility to check the pre-flight check, and also here they can choose to refill from one of the tanks. And when they put this in, the tanks are in real time calculating what the rest of the fuel are on this tank. So when the pilot starts to fly, he clicks the ferry button usually, because he's gonna probably fly somewhere to meet up for the mission. What you can see here is mission conditions, the contact person. They can call them by clicking here, and also they can put in mission description and more like that. This is a possibility to put in where they're flying to, and they can click here to get GPS tracking. And below here they have the map telling where there is obstacles they need to pay attention to when they're getting to that point where they're going to land. And usually when they get when the pilot gets to the place he's doing the work, he's probably doing some sling, moving some stuff, and then he just clicks the sling button, and the timer starts to time the movement of the slings. And when they're finished, this all adds up to invoice time, which are later, when they are saving the daily flight record, is put directly to the invoice for the customer. Okay, so when they click the add leg, they're moving to the next leg. The system is getting up the next map and showing what objects they need to pay attention to. And
you got 2 minutes left.
Yeah. So, and also, as you can see here, I can show and hide the flights. And if I'm flying on a different mission, I can put in the next customer. And in that case, if I do that, the map for that customer is coming up here. Yes, I think I probably have gotten through most of it. So that's it, Ogne.
Yes, thank you very much. That is a really, really impressive solution. And just so you guys know it, Kjetil made the entire thing himself. He's coded the entire thing. So well done, and it's a great, great solution. Really shows the power of Domino, and that the combination of using it on the web and on an iPad mobile device. So thank you very much for that, Kjetil.